Welcome to News 19 Nerds. I am Avery. And this is Michael.
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that?
I'm not. You can't.
That was just
Michael.
about as good as some of the accents that was in the movie.
I mean, yeah, but that's on them.
Alright.
That's on them. I'm not gonna stop you. If you want to be from Zamunda, that's fine. I'm gonna be from right here, Columbia, South Carolina. That's yeah, y'all. They after 30 years, as the trailer let us know, they did it. Coming to America. The sequel came out. It was supposed to come to theaters, but Amazon bought it and said, let's bring it to Amazon Prime. Right. And that was probably the right decision. I don't think it needed to be in theaters.
Maybe if it was no pandemic and this came out maybe beginning of Black History Month, it might have had a good first box office weekend.
I mean, maybe. I mean, to be honest, I agree with that for sure. If it had come out during Black History Month, people would have treated it like a Tyler Perry movie and gone to support it, even if they shouldn't have supported it. Having said that, y'all can come at me. That's fine. But this is definitely, I feel like this is better than a Tyler Perry movie. For me, I'm not a big fan of Tyler Perry movies overall. But I think this movie was completely fine.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. It did not need to be made. A sequel did not need to be made to come into America.
No. Yes and no.
Okay. Tell me why.
Sequel being made, yes, because there is an opportunity to expand on this whole world of Zamunda, because I always thought that, before this movie was even announced, if a Coming to America sequel was going to be made, that it would focus more on what goes on in Zamunda.
Yes. Let's stay in Zamunda.
Yeah.
Don't go back to Queens.
Yeah.
Stay in Zamunda.
But they wasn't in Queens that long in this movie, though.
They were in there more than I needed them to be. Personally. Spoilers for this movie at this point. Yeah. Yes, whatever. I didn't need the son storyline. Didn't really care about it. It was great that we got to see Jermaine Fowler and Leslie Jones and Tracy Morgan and is her name Lunel? The actress, the comedian? Is it Lunel?
Which character are you talking about?
That was friends with Leslie Jones's character. Female comedian. She's well-known black female comedian. I feel like her name is Lunel. I don't see her here at the top, but yeah, Lunel.
Oh yeah.
Lunel. It's great that they all got roles, but I didn't really care about him having a son that out of wedlock, and
which felt very random.
Yes,
and
it was like, oh, this is how we can write this in to make it to go back. It wasn't necessary. I'm glad that Lisa was not upset. Shara Heatley? Is that how you pronounce her name?
Cherie
Heatley? Yeah. I'm glad that she was
hardly aged. Another thing with this cast.
This black no crack man. These people look great.
Yeah.
Shara Heatley, she didn't really dwell on it too much, because I'm glad, that had nothing to do with you. That's great.
Right.
I'm glad that wasn't a big focus for them about the fact that he had another kid.
Yeah.
It was more just about this new person coming in and kind of rubbing the family the wrong way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This, like we were talking about the cast, the plot line or storyline with this might be like one of the weakest aspects of this movie, because it seems very predictable. It just felt like maybe given more time, he would have cared more about the characters, and I felt like Eddie was really trying to kind of take a step back and let everybody else shine.
Yeah.
For the most part. Which, speaking of shining, Wesley Snipes in this, man.
That is my unsung hero. Wesley Snipes is so good in this movie. And shout out, I'd always known, we know Wesley Snipes as an action star. He got a martial arts background. He can do comedy very well.
Oh, yeah.
He was great in this. He was great in Dolomite.
Yeah.
I don't know did you ever see To Wong Foo?
I did. I enjoyed
To Wong Foo.
He was hilarious.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Wesley Snipes can do comedy very well. He's very funny in this movie.
Even in Blade, he has some comedic
lines.
points.
He has a timing for comedy, I think. Yeah, he was a shout out in this movie, a stellar standout in this movie. And I feel like pretty much everybody was back from the original, with the exception of the original Queen, because she died.
Yeah, rest in peace to her, man.
Yeah, maybe in the 90s or something.
Yeah, I'm
late 90s.
I'm happy they at least acknowledge her just real quick. When discussing about how the king with the mother, and they had the picture there too. I know she would have been great in this if she was still alive.
Yeah. McDowell's in Zamunda.
Man.
with Louis Anderson back.
That shocked me. I was like, they got Louis back for this, and I was just like, what else Louis doing?
There are a couple moments in this movie I'm like, yeah, that's funny. I like this. This is funny. But yeah, overall, it was fine. It didn't. I wasn't like, wow, they really brought it, and they did something wholly unique. Like we said, the plot's kind of predictable. Mm-hmm. It's a plot of when we leave Eddie at the end of Coming to America, the first one. Mm-hmm. He and his queen are going to change Zamunda. They ain't changed nothing. It's still the same
and
rules.
They put a McDowell's in there.
They put a McDowell's in there, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's male-dominated society. Yeah. Women can't really do anything. He has 3 daughters, and none of them can be the heir.
Right.
Until they decide to change it.
Right.
Shout out to Kiki Lane, I think is the oldest daughter. Mika. She is the same girl from Old Guard on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same girl.
I did not recognize that was her.
Same woman on that. But yeah,
how old is she? Because you could.
She looks like she could have been a teenager or something.
Exactly.
But I mean.
Oh, she's same age as me. 21, 29.
There you go.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
When I think about this movie, man, I'm gonna ask you, what was your favorite scene or part?
Probably Eddie and his low budget step team that were with him. I mean, sorry, not Eddie, Wesley and his low budget step team as they were coming in. I was like, what kind of broke fraternity is this?
Broke.
But they were great. Wesley's was dialed in the entire time. He was great. Leslie Jones was really good. And shout out to the beautician who wanted to open up her own barbershop. I can't think of her name. Scroll through these things, what her name is. Because she is that's
right there?
Yeah, Nuzuma Mbatha, maybe? I hope that was right. I'm sorry if it's wrong. But she's kind of a philanthropist a little bit and deals with a lot of world matters outside of acting. So that's really cool that she was able to do
very
that.
nice.
I liked her a lot. What about you?
My favorite scene had to be the funeral. That's one of the best scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I almost felt like it was almost like a nod to James Earl Jones in real life too, for just give that man his flowers for all the work he's done and put in.
Yeah.
He said, I can't remember what exactly he said before the scene. He was just like, I don't want to wait. Let's have my funeral now while I'm still alive. I was just like,
all right,
that's lit.
That's do it.
You got Morgan Freeman, basically the host narrating. Had Gladys Knight perform, Salt and Pepper, In Vogue.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like anybody that's in Black Hollywood is like, we got to find a way to get to this movie, and they got a lot of people in it, so it's very cool.
Exactly. Did you feel that any characters that you wanted more from that you feel like you didn't get?
I probably would have liked more. What's her name? Tiana Taylor?
Yeah, that shocked me. I really thought Tiana was going to do a whole lot more in this movie.
Yeah, she was relegated to nothing.
Yeah.
I wish we got to see more of her because, for one, she's a beautiful woman, but also let's see her do some acting because I don't really know. I know she's like a singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
but
she's
not really
acted
known
before.
As an actress.
She was in a Tyler Perry movie.
Definitely didn't see it.
Oh, what else she been in? She was in some TV show that was about hip hop. I can't remember.
Okay. But yeah, I would like to see more. It's weird now because a lot of the jokes we always say movies are made during their time. Mm-hmm. A lot of the jokes in the original movie would definitely not be okay today.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how they deal with a lot of stuff like the cleaning of the privates, the royal privates. Mm-hmm. I think they did a good job with that because the women they had clothes on underneath, so they weren't necessarily fully topless, which was good.
Right. And then they did it both ways this time, where Leslie Jones character.
Get back in there.
You go back in there.
I'm like, okay, that's good. And then the dog barking thing, it was interesting because I don't know if this movie was strong enough to make a commentary about that or not, but they did lift the curse. So Vanessa Bell Calloway is awesome. Let's let her actually do some acting, but she had to bark the entire time. Yeah. And Bapoto, Tiana Taylor, was also barking, and she didn't really get to do much. So I wish they had let her actually do something else, but I guess that's in service of the story of where they're still stuck in their old ways.
Right. That was kind of crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I would have had more from that. I didn't like the thing where Lavelle, played by Jermaine Fowler, him and the what's the character's name, Morambe?
Yeah.
It's like they just fell in love like that real quick, and they were already getting ready to be married and stuff. It's like, you just met her.
That's always an issue with it. With anytime you have a movie or a TV show, how do you give them enough story time and enough, time for you to believe in their relationship over the course of an hour and 30 minutes or whatever. Maybe if it had been a little bit longer, if they had done some more scenes of showing time passing, because it's really hard to tell how much time has passed.
Right.
Maybe it's a week, 2 weeks. It doesn't seem long.
It didn't feel like no longer than a month or so.
Yeah, and he's already getting married to this woman. I guess to be fair, in that custom though, it would have been the same if he had married Bapoto. They wouldn't have known each other at all, so I guess they were kind of going off of that. Yeah, it was. I don't know how long this movie has been in gestation, how long they've been trying to write it. They got it out. I hope it does well. I mean, I don't think it's going to break any records on Amazon Prime in terms of viewership numbers, but it's fine.
Yeah, it relied heavy on nostalgia, which is fine because we love Coming to America 1 so much. We kind of, put it to the side, didn't hate it. But it didn't capture the same magic. But I say some of the best stuff about it was acting performances from Wesley for sure. The outfits were beautiful in this, man. I think it was the same lady who did the outfits from the first one.
Yeah, and Black Panther. Well, not from she wasn't in the. Did she do the first movie?
I think that's what I saw somebody say. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Okay, I just know Ruth Carter did this stuff, and is that Ruthie Carter, and I know she was for Black Panther and won an Oscar for that. Yeah. And then. Like before Black Panther, I mean, you always had the Black Panther cartoon or the comic book, but before Black Panther the movie came out, this was Black Panther, right? I mean, you had a prince, you had a king, you had a wealthy African independent nation, you had Zamunda, so it would have been nice to have seen. You could definitely tell this was shot definitely for a lower budget, because all we ever see is the palace. I want to see the city of Zamunda, really.
Speaking of the palace, that's why Rick Ross was in it, because they used his mansion.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, dang, Rick Ross, where do you live? This place is nice. Woo. It is ridiculous.
Boss.
But yeah, it was. I wish I got to see more of the actual city of Zamunda to see the everyday citizens.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Then instead of just seeing the royalty. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the movie. Not saying it's a cult classic like the first one, but I'd just go back and watch it at least for the funeral scene alone, because I love that scene.
I kind of do want to go back and watch Wesley Snipes again, just acting a fool, because he was cool.
He was like, we came here for blood. No, not that blood.
Yeah, that was good. So what would you rate it out of 5?
3.5.
3.5? Okay, I'd probably say 3.5 too. 3.5 out of 5.
Is there looking at this? Is there any other like Eddie Murphy movie you would like to see, like kind of make a comeback?
Sequel to?
Yeah, like a Beverly Hills Cop or.
They keep talking about a Beverly Hills Cop. I was kind of excited for that. Based on this, I don't know. Now I think at one point they were talking about a Beverly Hills Cop show on CBS, and Brandon T. Jackson was supposed to be in it. He was supposed to be Eddie's son, and he was going to be like the new role.
Gotcha.
And Eddie would kind of sit back in the cut and be the chief of the department. I kind of remember that, those talks going around. I don't know whatever happened to that or where they are with that movie or possible television show, but maybe that.
Okay.
What about you?
I guess I say the same thing, 'cause I couldn't see them doing not no Golden Child again.
Woo! Man.
Yeah, man, that's about it. Beverly Hills would be the only thing I would really invest myself into if they did like a comeback with that movie. So yeah, man, shout out to Eddie for bringing this whole cast together, because there's a lot of people. In here. Yeah,
and if this movie does allow Eddie to keep making stuff, I'll be happy with that, because while I didn't love this, I really did like Dolomite a lot.
I love Dolomite.
So if he can make more movies like that, then let him keep doing that stuff. I'm cool with that.
I forgot it had the Kimbe Mutombo in here.
Yeah, for 1 second.
I saw him and I was
the
like,
Kimbe. All right, sure. Oh yeah, Colin Jost was in here as Duke, from the Duke and Mortimer and all them. So that was great. So yeah, y'all let us know what Eddie Murphy franchise, Eddie Murphy franchise you guys want to see come back in the comments on YouTube here. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOTX. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell.
Do it.
We out.
We'll see you in Zamunda.